Hi everyone, good evening. It's good to have you on the show. We are looking at what the exit polls are predicting for India's national capital. Delhi, its 1.5 crore voters have had the opportunity to vote today. Post 6:30, we have had a stream of exit polls putting out their numbers. We at Mirror now don't have our own exit polls. So what we do is put out what we call the poll of polls. Essentially, we'll show you what all other polls are showing and then collate data and tell you what an approximate figure could look like. But again, a caveat, ladies and gentlemen, you need to take these exit polls with a pinch of salt. Why do I say that? Well, because history has shown us that exit polls have a terrible habit of getting it terribly wrong many times. It happened in Haryana, it happened with the 2024 general elections, it happened with Jharkhand as well, to some extent Maharashtra, when no one was in a position to predict the magnitude of Mayuti's actual victory. So just take these numbers with a pinch of salt, though I'm not sure where the political parties involved are taking it with a pinch of salt. The Congress, as usual, has said we will not comment on these exit poll numbers because they are not the real numbers. The real numbers come out only on February 8th. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the truth. So a clear edge to the BJP when it comes to exit polls. What about the voting percentage? What about the vote share? That is crucial as well. So it seems that when it comes to a total vote share, the Aam Aadmi Party's vote share has dipped a bit. The BJP's has gone up. And by the looks of it, at 8%, the Congress is the one that has made a difference to the BJP's fortunes. I mean, you can't blame AAP's supposed defeat to the Congress party. That will be completely unfair. But this is what JVC's exit poll predictions are. They are saying when it comes to the BJP, 42% have voted for them. 47%, more than 47% women in Delhi have voted for them. This is JVC's prediction as far as vote share is concerned. Can we just put the vote share graphic back on air because I think it will be important to understand what has happened in the numbers on your screens. This is how many people have actually voted for the BJP, for the Congress party, and for the Aam Aadmi Party. Ladies and gentlemen, is this where the story lies? We don't know. But the exit polls at 40 are giving a very clear edge to the BJP. And if these numbers hold, then the BJP is breaking a 30-year jinx in the national capital. Before I introduce my guests, there's another set of data that you need to see. There were at least 4 big players in the picture, in the run. How have they done? How are key constituencies performing? Again, JVC is putting out some numbers for that as well. We'll start with Arvind Kejriwal's constituency. Arvind Kejriwal's constituency is what? It's the New Delhi constituency. Can we just put those graphics on air as well? Yeah, so there it is. There were 2 ex-chief ministers' sons who were in the running. Parvesh Verma, son of Sahib Singh Verma, and Sandeep Dixit, son of Sheila Dixit. It seems, at least according to JVC's predictions, that Arvind Kejriwal does not have the edge. It is Parvesh Verma who has the edge. Will he go on to convert this edge into a victory? We don't know. We do not know. We'll know on February 8th. What about the other important seat? The seat of the sitting Chief Minister of Delhi, which is Kalkaji. Atishi contesting from here. Ramesh Bidhuri of the BJP has an edge here. Again, will he convert this edge into a victory? We'll know on February 8th. But this is 2 double whammies, as it were, for the Aam Aadmi Party. Another very important seat, an interesting seat to watch out for, is the Greater Kailash seat, ladies and gentlemen. A sigh of relief here for the Aam Aadmi Party. Saurabh Bharadwaj is in the lead. There you go. Saurabh Bharadwaj has the edge. But JVC's poll is not predicting a win for him yet. He was pitted against Shikha Roy of the BJP and Garvit Singhvi of the Congress party. This is Greater Kailash for you, one of the more affluent areas in the national capital. What about this seat? What about Jangpura? Slightly controversial because Manish Sisodia shifted from Parparganj to Jangpura. Has the move paid off? JVC's prediction is very clear. It is the BJP candidate here, Tarvinder Singh Marwa, who is winning, not Manish Sisodia. This will be a bit of a setback for the former Deputy Chief Minister who served some time at least in jail in the alleged Sharab Ghotala. What about Parparganj, the seat from where Manish Sisodia actually moved? Well, here as well, and Awadh Oja was the one who was given a ticket from here. Awadh Oja, you know, anyone who goes for coaching, anyone who's studying for the civil services, IIT, etc., knows who Awadh Oja is. He was given a ticket here by the Aam Aadmi Party. JVC is predicting that he is losing, and the person who is winning is again from the BJP. Ravinder Negi of the BJP could be winning Parparganj. So all in all, the exit polls overall are predicting a very happy picture for the BJP, not such a happy picture for the Aam Aadmi Party. And for the Congress Party, well, depends on how you look at it, but a fairly dismal picture for the Congress Party as well. The numbers of the exit poll now on your screens, all individual exit polls. And then if you look at the grey band, ladies and gentlemen, that's where the overall picture is. And the overall picture is this. 70 is the number of seats in the Delhi Assembly, small assembly there. 35 is the midway mark, 36 is the majority. The Aam Aadmi Party from 62 down to 29, if these numbers hold. The BJP up from 8 seats to 41, can that happen? The Congress remains at 0. The Congress had scored a duck in the last assembly elections and a duck in the assembly elections before that as well. Let me introduce my guest to you this evening. Thank you everyone for joining us. Pradeep Mahar, leader of the BJP. Ashutosh Ranka, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Tehseen Poonawalla joining us here on the broadcast. From the studio, Advocate Kapil Madan is a political analyst. Hopefully will be speaking on behalf of the Congress Party. And Rohit Tiwari is a senior journalist, someone who's been on the ground and has seen this election closely. She's joining us on the broadcast as well. I think it's only fitting that we go to the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson here. Ashutosh, any comments on the exit poll apart from the fact that let's wait for the real numbers to come out?
Of course, I think you have the nail right. And I think you made it quite clear in the beginning itself, right? Like the kind of exit polls we have been seeing in this country, especially in last few months or a couple of years, be it Haryana, Maharashtra, Lok Sabha elections, the credibility of these exit polls have gone down by a mile. I think we have our internal surveys. The picture seems quite clear. We are comfortably winning Delhi again, and I think it will be a landslide again. All the 3 seats which I just saw on the screen, again, we are very, very comfortably winning those seats. But I would still not, go into the whataboutery or go into the numbers. All I can say is let's wait for 8th. Let's see the numbers. And Aam Aadmi Party is going to form the government again. Arvind Kejriwal is going to be the chief minister of Delhi again, and we'll see him taking oath this February.
Okay, Ashutosh, before I come to your before I come to you with another question, I'll just request for the vote shares to be out and collated vote share, if you please. Let's not segregate it between men and women. Let's just put a consolidated vote share on which party is getting what vote share. That will help us, further our discussion in a more meaningful way. So if we can just collate this data and put that out as well. By the looks of it, the BJP could be getting 42%, 48% actually, of the vote of the male in the national capital, 47% as far as women are concerned. But let's just get the collated data. That will be easier. So that's a request going out to my producers. Ashutosh, you have mentioned an internal survey. Can you tell us what your internal survey is predicting as far as numbers are concerned? Because we will take that as an exit poll as well. If you've given out 5 exit polls, we can very well give a 6th exit poll as well. What's the prediction of your internal survey?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think as far as our numbers are concerned, we are confident about landing somewhere in the range of 55 plus minus 5 seats. Again, the numbers don't matter. What are important, and probably I would like to highlight 2-3 key trends, right? Some of which is already evident in your data. The female voters of Delhi continue to exhibit a very, very strong support for the Aam Aadmi Party. And while the numbers actually still give an edge to Aam Aadmi Party, as I see on the screen, I think we'll probably get more than 55% of the total female voters to vote for Aam Aadmi Party. Our welfare policies targeted at women, our announcements around Mahila Samman Yojana have been taken up massively. They are very popular. We continue to, have very popular support among women. So that's trend number one. Number two, I think that
Okay.
as we have the data, the kind of welfare politics which Aam Aadmi Party has played in last 5 years, and the amount of beneficiaries, the number of people, the percentage of population which have actually benefited from these schemes, be it free water, free electricity, school, health, education, that's more than the majority of Delhi, right? So I think these two trends in itself can give a
Okay.
very clear picture of what the numbers would look like. And as I said, I would not like to go into exact
Okay.
numbers. Our internal predictions are somewhere in the range of 55. But at the end of the day, we are very, very confident of having a comfortable victory in the Delhi elections.
ठीक है. ठीक है. Ruhi, I'm just going to get you in here. Give me a minute here, Tehseen. Ruhi, I'm just going to get you in here and look specifically at the vote share, because we've been talking about vote share, and we've been talking about where the vote share will lie, because that will tell us if the numbers could hold on February 8th. Is this vote share, is this projection making any sense to you? 46% for the BJP, 44% for the Aam Aadmi Party, and 8% for the Congress Party.
So Shreya, intuitively speaking, if you look at the last elections numbers, the Aam Aadmi Party had done exceedingly well. So if you look at it that way, the only direction it can go is down, and the BJP had done rather dismally as far as seats were concerned, not as badly as far as the vote share was concerned. So the only direction it can go is up, right?
Correct.
The vote share is always a very tricky matter, particularly because vote share conversion to seat is a very tricky matter, and that's something a lot of pollsters also now realize, which is why they don't get into this seat business a lot of times. Does this make sense? It's possible. I would not say it's impossible, but then how it would convert to seats is what is more crucial, because at the end of the day, vote shares, what matters more is how many seats you're able to win. Just a couple of things you were talking about. Someone was talking about women voters a little while ago. I think what's interesting in Delhi as far as women voters are concerned is that it is a battle of two parties that are exceedingly good in trying to get the woman voter into their fold, right? The BJP has mastered the art. It has mastered the art nationally. It has mastered the art across states with its cash transfers, with Ujjwala, with rural housing, where one of the owners has to be a woman, etc., etc. Aam Aadmi Party has also done very well on that front in terms of understanding the woman voter and reaching out to the woman voter. So as one woman voter told me on the ground, she said, हमारे तो दोनों ही हाथों में लड्डू हैं, चाहे कोई भी आए हमको सारे सुविधा मिलने वाली है, क्योंकि ये दोनों पार्टी औरतों के लिए काम करती है, which is what makes the woman voter so key to this election and so difficult to predict. It's a bit like a situation like Bengal, where Mamata Banerjee is also very good as far as women voters are concerned in understanding them and giving them, whatever needs to be given. And Narendra Modi does that nationally. So where that happens, the clash happens in Bengal. It's more so in Delhi because it's the national capital. So that makes the woman voter very, very interesting in Delhi. Shreya, just one more point I'd like to add, because I wanted to come in earlier. I think someone was talking about corruption in Sheesh Mahal. Let me tell you, these are not issues on the ground. They are not issues from either side.
Correct.
It's not as if the anti-AAP voter is saying, my God, Arvind Kejriwal is so corrupt, or he's made a Sheesh Mahal. And it's not as if the pro-AAP voter is saying that इनको जेल में डाल दिया, हम तो बीजेपी को सबक सिखाएंगे. ये मुद्दा ही नहीं है जमीन पे. लोग बात कर रहे हैं बिजली, पानी, सड़क, नालों की. These, I think it's surprising. I was surprised when I went on the ground, because I had thought these would be big issues, considering the chief minister was jailed and such top leaders of the party were jailed. It's not an issue from either side. And I think that's something that's probably surprising the BJP and AAP leaders who are on the ground as well, because that's not what they were expecting. The BJP was hoping to corner Arvind Kejriwal on the issue of corruption, and the AAP was hoping that Arvind Kejriwal would be this big martyr, this big political victim that would sort of get sympathy to his side. I don't think either side has succeeded in how they were viewing this issue and how they wanted this issue to play out.
And when you're talking about women voters in this Delhi, I'm just going by the numbers on my screens which JVC's exit poll is putting out. if these numbers hold, it doesn't seem that women voters in Delhi have been very unkind to the Aam Aadmi Party, because and that is borne out with your experience on the ground as well, because the difference in voting percentage is just about 2%, which means for women voters, BJP bhi theek hai, Aam Aadmi Party bhi theek hai. Essentially, that is the story. Pradeep Mahor, would you want to come in here? Would you want to? I mean, would you want to start celebrating these numbers, or would you want to wait till February 8th? Because I'm wondering if even the BJP had predicted these kind of numbers for itself. The Aam Aadmi Party is telling us their internal surveys have given them 50 to 55 seats. Can I ask you what the BJP's internal surveys had given them?
Look, BJP is very, very confident as far as these elections are concerned. I will not comment on the exit polls because exit polls are basically speculation. So speculations can go wrong. It can go. It can be on the either side, right? So we can't comment on that. But as far as the confidence of the people, confidence of the Karyakartas is concerned, they are very confident. I had an interaction with many of the people, and they told me that we are winning Delhi this time. So whatever the results are going to be, but ultimately one thing is very sure, that Aam Aadmi Party is wiped out from Delhi after 8th. You will not see Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi after 8th. And the development, the kind of development that Delhi is going to see, that will actually amaze people, because in center also and state also, if BJP government is working all together, that will make a big difference in Delhi. And that difference is very much required, because people of Delhi were suffering because of Aam Aadmi Party and because of their excuses, the kind of excuses they were giving.
Tehseen, would you want to come in here? The Aam Aadmi Party swept away. The BJP coming to power with a big majority, a big wave. Do you think these numbers will hold? At this point of time, I think that's the only question you can ask, because even if these numbers hold, I don't see this as a wave against the Aam Aadmi Party, because these numbers, the voting percentage, doesn't seem to suggest any anger against the Aam Aadmi Party, right? They may have done well, they may not have done well, that's another issue. But do you think these numbers will hold?
Thank you so much for having me on the show, Shreya. But conversely, if these numbers don't show that the Aam Aadmi Party has done badly, then the 2020 numbers where the BJP got about 39% vote share, between 38 and 39, show that the BJP also didn't do badly. Ultimately, Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar.
Correct.
Right? Now, there are a couple of things where I disagree with Ruhi, and Ruhi is somebody I really, really respect a lot, but I do disagree with her. I do think Sheesh Mahal had an impact. I think it particularly had an impact in Delhi, which is urban, and people are more sort of news aware in Delhi, because Arvind Kejriwal ji had promised he won't have VVIP facilities. To know that he had a gold commode, to know that they had silk carpets, silk curtains, actually left the people of Delhi stunned. And the one question the people of Delhi did ask was, if the LG did not block those works, how can the other things get blocked by the LG? And that was something that kept coming up. The other thing where I think the Aam Aadmi Party sort of got nervous towards the end were two
Have you heard of people being given a long rope to hang themselves?
Of course.
Maybe that is what happened.
Maybe that's what happened, and I completely get that. But I think Arvind Kejriwal ji and the Aam Aadmi Party reacted nervously. There were two mistakes they made in the end, and I do believe they had some momentum with them. One, Arvind Kejriwal ji's party came up saying that the Delhi police, in alliance with the BJP, was conspiring to assassinate Arvind Kejriwal. These are very strong words to use by Chief Minister. The second was that BJP is planning a mass murder and genocide in Delhi. Now, you can say the water is contaminated, Haryana is releasing contaminated water before the elections. You can say the Delhi police is not serious about Arvind Kejriwal's security. To make such specific allegations of genocide, I think that seriously got the people of Delhi worried. And it put the focus back on Yamuna, something Arvind Kejriwal ji accepted that he had failed on. The last thing that I want to say, all of this is now over and done with. The only thing that matters is two. Has the Valmiki vote split and gone some to the BJP and which the Aam Aadmi Party got a lot? Has the Muslim vote consolidated behind the Aam Aadmi Party or split? These are two factors. The outer areas of Delhi, where the Jats are, where the Gujjars are, they seem to be going for the BJP. So what happens out there? And there is a very interesting twist in Delhi. If these numbers hold true and the Aam Aadmi Party loses the government, Shreya, 6 months from now, you and I will be sitting here. Punjab will have a new chief minister. It will not be from the Aam Aadmi Party, it will be from the Congress.
चलो देखते हैं, but the vote share predictions and projections are here. We've even done a comparison with 2020. Let's just stay with this for a bit. Let everyone have a look at it. The projection is for this year, for the Aam Aadmi Party, 44%, which means their vote share has dipped. The BJP's vote share going up almost by 7.5% at 46%. The Congress, well, from 4.2%, if they have gone up to 8%, which means they are up 3.8%. Had they fought the election with the Aam Aadmi Party, would the Aam Aadmi Party have had an edge in this election? Maybe that's the math that can be done at this point of time. Can I just get this Congress spokesperson here? The Congress actually has officially said they don't comment on exit polls.
Why?
I mean, well, they don't. It's their choice.
But they've been doing interviews everywhere.
But exit polls where they don't. They say, we'll just wait for the real numbers to come in, which is why no official spokesperson of the Congress party will come on any show. Take it. It's a stand they have taken. You have to respect that. Advocate Kapil Madan, was it then probably a mistake? I'm just asking you hypothetically. We'll see if these numbers hold. But was it then a mistake for the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress not to ally in this election? I mean, if you could ally in 2024 and lose the election, was it a mistake not to ally in the Delhi elections and fight as adversaries?
No, I don't think so, Shreya. I think Congress has, taken a, wise decision, because traditionally, if you see, all the, the AAP existence is all about, from they consolidate anti-BJP vote. So, to my understanding, it does not seem to be a mistake. And in fact, when the alliance happened for the 2024 election also, it was very, very clear that, those parties, regional parties who have joined hands, they would be, contesting their, respective state elections on their respective local issues. And this is where we are. And, I agree with you to an extent that the Congress gain here in this, particular election would be, a decider insofar as our fates is concerned. And, I beg to differ here. I mean, your number shows that, the vote share is going, last time it was about 4%, if my memory serves me right. And your, predictions are now, showing that it can go up to 8%. To my understanding, it will be little,
Not my
more
predictions.
than that. And if that happens, I will just add to what Tehseen says here, that, there would be a different CM in Punjab. I would also say here, if Congress performs better and regain the confidence of the people on the work that they have done under Sheila Dikshit ji's government, then I can, assure you that, the AAP's fate, as a party would cease to exist insofar as, Delhi is concerned. And let me also say one thing.
The conspiracy theory floated by the BJP is... The conspiracy theory floated by the BJP is that the Congress will have, that Punjab will have a new chief minister. It will be Arvind Kejriwal. Here, Tehseen and you are saying it's Congress.
Yes, may I add something to this? A couple is right on this, and you're right. If the Aam Aadmi Party...
Give me a minute. I'll come to you.
You're right, Shreya, on what is the political... the structure would be such that if Arvind Kejriwal ji loses and does not become Chief Minister of Delhi, he would want to save himself and want a police force. He will go to Punjab. But that will be the fatal error he will make. The Punjab government, should they lose Delhi, will fall, and a Congress Chief Minister.
Why will they fall? How will they fall?
Because politics is always quantum. Politics is never Newtonian. Politics will always, if something happens in one universe, it will always affect in another universe. And that universe that will create a quantum effect. So a fall here will lead to the collapse of the Punjab government, which anyways is facing significant anti-incumbency and significant problem. Now just ask one question, Davos. The Maharashtra Chief Minister went from BJP, the TDP Chief Minister went, Congress Chief Minister went. Where was Aam Aadmi Party? They couldn't even send investment for Punjab. You know the Aam Punjabis feeling? You know with the murders going up in Punjab? You know with the law and order? With the drug problem from Pakistan? With the kind of infighting in the Aam Aadmi Party? People are angry that they've given Aam Aadmi Party Bhagwan Tamanji, he couldn't even go to Davos to make a presentation. Where are the investments in Punjab? Show me
Davos is one big party.
Tell me one.
If you want investments, you can approach individuals and companies individually.
Agree. Show me one investment in Punjab.
I don't want to name the states, but the fact is that state chief ministers who have showed up in Davos have signed companies with Indian companies based in their own state.
No,
Davos जाने की क्या जरूरत थी?
होगा. Investment तो आया state में. इन्होंने एक प्रोजेक्ट बताओ, एक प्रोजेक्ट बताओ. Let Ranka ji from Aam Aadmi Party tell me one new big company manufacturing come in Punjab. One. I'm not asking 5. I'm not asking 10. Tell Ranka to one new big company.
Let's get back to Delhi. It's Delhi's election. Advocate Kapil Madan, go ahead. Finish making the point you were.
Yes, let me also say one thing here. You might have, seen a very interesting shift in how, Aam Aadmi Party has, played narratives. You may recall their entire existence was, it came out of the anti, corruption movement. And in this entire campaign of 2025, I could not see Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, or for that matter, any spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party making an issue of corruption as a political issue. Not even one statement, not even one speech, because they knew that, in fact, they have fallen flat on that, and they have, shifted the spotlight on the freebies that they have promised, and they have basically fought election on that count. So insofar as that is concerned, so I would agree with Tehseen here. I think the another fatal error which Mr. Kejriwal did was he made very controversial statement and unverified statement where he said that there could be an attempt of genocide, that the water was poison, etc. I think he has gone too far, far from the facts. And I think these issues, will definitely hurt him badly.
Okay. We don't know. We'll see if these numbers hold. And are Indian voters used to politicians exaggerating? They are. But did actually Arvind Kejriwal cross a red line? Pradeep Mahar, before I slip into a very quick break, if we look at the vote share that JVC has put out, there is only one exit poll right now that has put out the vote share, and if there are more, we'll put that out as well. It seems that the Congress party has made the difference between victory and defeat. That if the Congress party had fought with the Aam Aadmi Party, maybe the Aam Aadmi Party would have been in a position to form the government, if you look at the vote share. So in that sense, Mr. Mahar, should you be thanking the Congress party? And was the Aam Aadmi Party right all along to say that ये कांग्रेस तो बीजेपी का बी टीम है, बीजेपी ही इन लोगों को सारा पैसा दे रहा है इलेक्शन लड़ने के लिए? Okay, I think the frame has frozen. That's at least what my PCR is telling me. So we'll come.
For the BJP in Delhi.
Last moment. It seems they haven't frozen with the exit polls. Mr. Mahar, go ahead, please.
Yes.
Boliye.
So the truth is that Congress desperately wanted to have an alliance with Aam Aadmi Party, but the reality is Aam Aadmi Party has actually kicked them out. This is a reality. We should accept it now. After the elections, this is the time to accept. And it was. I was also surprised when I was there on the panels, and Congress spokespersons were also there, and they were speaking something. I was really surprised. Few months back, they had to say that that Aam Aadmi Party is all clean, or no corruption cases against them, and Arvind Kejriwal is the cleanest person in this world. And after a few months, they were forced to say that Arvind Kejriwal is a corrupt person. So how can the same person, speaks two different languages on a TV, on a national TV or state TV channel? I was really surprised. I appreciate their, the level of lies that they can speak. It's really surprising on their part. So jokes apart, but ultimately this is the truth that they must have, if they had had a coalition, they could have got a better this thing. But this is what is the problem with this India alliance, that they are not an alliance at all. their alliance of, wherever they feel they can, they should have an alliance, they will have. Wherever they feel they do not want to have, they will separate away. So this is the kind of politics that they are having, and there is no alliance called India Alliance in this world now.
Fatal mistake for the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress not to have gone into this election together?
Can I give you
because it seems, at least with the vote share that is being projected right now, that it is the Congress party that may have made the difference.
Can I give you an internal story quickly for your viewers to know? The Aam Aadmi Party approached the Congress for an alliance in Haryana. They asked for 6 seats, Congress offered 4 seats. So everyone thought a deal would be done. I had played a small role, there were some meetings. They said, Congress said, we'll come back to you. We'll talk to the local leadership. Arvind Kejriwal ji was released. Pradeep ji is right. We all said Arvind Kejriwal should not be in jail. There's a scam, but he should not be in jail. He immediately announced candidates in 90 seats. He did this in Gujarat also. He did this in Goa also. Goa, Congress, BJP differences, Aam Aadmi parties, they lost few seats. The Congress lost 5 seats in Haryana because of Aam Aadmi Party. And then even when the alliance talk before it began in Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal ji tweeted, we will not do an alliance. The Aam Aadmi Party only grows at the expense of the Congress. In Punjab mein inki sarkar hai, who did they defeat? They defeated BJP or Congress. So if the Congress does not want to become an NGO, like I said yesterday, the NGO wala was running Bangladesh, the Congress party has to make itself strong and understand that Aam Aadmi Party is taking its core voters. And if the Congress party revives, it is good for the country. The country needs nationalist parties. That is important that nationalist parties come in the center. Punjab needs a nationalist party.
Okay. I'm slipping into a quick break on the show, ladies and gentlemen. The numbers on your screens are exit poll numbers that have come to us starting 6:30 p.m. We have 5 of them on your screens, and the collated data is suggesting that the BJP is well within reach to form a government in Delhi after 27 years. Most exit polls are giving the BJP a clear lead. In fact, they are giving the BJP a majority. What is the majority in Delhi? The majority is 36. What about the Aam Aadmi Party, the incumbent? According to exit poll data that has been released post 6:30, and there are 4-5 of them, the Aam Aadmi Party is down to 29 seats, which means it is not in a position to form a government for a 3rd time in the national capital, or 4th time if you count 2013 as well. Down from 62 to 29. What explains this? The BJP up from 8 to 41. What explains this? And the Congress at 0. Once again, this time, as far as seats are concerned, what explains that, given the fact that this was supposed to be an election where the Congress was going to be in resurgence mode? Their vote share seems to suggest that they have doubled their vote share. Is that something that has impacted the results? A cursory glance, a superficial glance seems to be suggesting that. With these numbers on your screens, I'm slipping into a break. I'll be back with my guests. Do stay with us.
सर मुझे क्रिप्टो करके लाइफ बनानी है पर कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है।
कॉन्फिडेंस चाहिए?
हाँ।
कॉन्फिडेंस चाहिए? हाँ।